Hey all, Russ here, RVERTV. Welcome. Check it out. We're on US Highway 97 trucking north. We're following right along this mighty Columbia River in the great state of Washington. Just left Chelan, Washington. What a neat little town that is. That last video, make sure you check it out. Alright, here it is. It was on the maps. This is Wells Dam rest area. It's got a viewpoint over one of the mighty dams on the Columbia River. So I need to change out camera batteries, take a couple minute break. Ooh, big park. Let's walk around a little bit here too, see what it is. Picture perfect day. On the warm side, almost hot. No overnight camping, no trucks. Kind of a cool little rest area. Look at that. They got electric vehicle chargers. You know, Washington has some of the best parks. Their park system is really well run. Big old propeller turbine blade there. All these dams generate power. Ooh. Looks like a few storyboards. See what they say. Upgrading the gantry cranes. Big gates. They control the flow of this mighty Columbia River. I don't know how many dams there are along the Columbia from Canada on down. Clear out. At least a dozen or more. Plus it goes up the Snake River into Idaho. Wells Hatchery. Oh, they got a fish hatchery here. Not all the dams have fish ladders, are too high. I remember reading something about that. Like the Cooley Dam, there's no way. We're gonna see that in a couple days, Cooley Dam. Adult fish ladders. Unique juvenile fish bypass system. So when the salmon are running, oh man, salmon life cycle, they go all the way out the ocean, come all the way back. Incredible, huh? Wells Dam, unique design. So this one's a little different. Very cool. Well, there's a map of the dams. Look at all of them. There it is. Wells Dam, and that's a fish hatchery down there, I'm assuming. Big old rock in that cabinet. Ah, there's petroglyphs on it. Native American. Oh my goodness. These rocks came from about a mile up the road. They were moved here to preserve them. Yeah, this stuff goes way back. See if you can see through the reflection. Yeah, look at all that. Still has the color in them. Wonder what the meaning was, or even if it had meaning, maybe just sunsets, sunrises. That was their photography back then, huh? I'm always intrigued with that stuff. Kind of like an outdoor museum right at a rest area here. And there's something up here too. Let's walk up. Really thick green grass. Of course, they got all the water in the world to water it. Founding Douglas PUD. Okay. Like a water feature inside there. All about the energy, the ecology. Wells has that harmony. Plus the fish hatchery and the ladders, huh? Well, that's what it looked like when they were building it. Amazing projects. They don't build stuff like this anymore. You don't see any kind of projects like these. To control the Columbia River. Wow. Just impressive, the amount of engineering. Like this was built in the mid-60s. And success story. Sockeye salmon. More about the fish. Getting up through here. Yeah, when the salmon run, you can walk across a river, they say, on them. Well, did I miss anything up here? Well, nice picnic area, very nice rest area. All the hills are so dry and barren looking, kind of deserty. And you got this green plush rest area right here. Wells Dam. Alright, we're heading to Bridgeport. We're gonna go to a little town called Bridgeport. I got a reservation at RV Park. That's where we're heading, like right now. Got about 25 miles to get there. And the RV park I'm staying at is right on the Columbia River, according to Google Maps. Pretty drive, this US 97. A lot of fire danger. There's fires starting up around all the states. That's why I try to get out earlier in the summer. Miss a lot of that. When I left Anacortes, I looked at going through Northern Cascades National Park, but they had a lot of road closure. So I would have had to wait a few days to get through there. So this is kind of a long way around. To get up to the Northern Cascade National Park, you'd take one of these roads here, I think. Yep. Up through that town called Twist. I filmed that a few years ago. It's on the channel. Oh, look at that bridge. Yay. Don't mind me. We are sightseeing today, huh? Right along this mighty river. Love it. But I would definitely go back to that Cascade National Park again sometime. Let me check the phone here. This little town's called Pateros, Washington. You see all these orchard and cold storage units for all the fruit almost everywhere you go through here. Mile after mile of orchards on the left. Back in that Chelan, that lady at the museum said things are turning into wineries, though. The less fruit, more they're growing grapes here. Alrighty, coming up is a little town called Brewster. We're actually going to cut to the other side of the Columbia River. A lot of trucks on the road. I need to make a right up here pretty quick. I think it's Highway 172. Gonna cut us right through the heart of Brewster, across the river Just a few miles will be Bridgeport. I'm ready to get off the road. So we're going to say so long to Highway 97. Oop, here's my turn. Busy, a lot of traffic on this 97. A lot of people live here. Okay, I think this is downtown Brewster. Right here at the four-way stop. Colorful buildings, public utility office. I'm gonna keep trucking. We should cross over the Columbia right up here. Here it is, it's official. Finally getting back to the other side of the river. So a good chunk of the river, you can drive both sides, it looks like, at least through here, in these sections. The little town of Bridgeport. I don't know why I picked it. It was I kind of time out my daily travels. I kind of know how much time I'll spend usually. Some days it don't work out because maybe something's closed or highways are closed or whatever, like Anacortes and Port Townsend. But try to at least get to a destination by around 1. Start out early. You know me, I start out super early. Try to get to my destination by 1 or 2. Sometimes 3 or 4. Depends. Okay, we only got a few miles left. For more information on my travels, be sure to check out my website, RVERTV.tv. There you sign up for free newsletter, putting one out once a month now. Got all kinds of cool stuff, articles, pictures, blogs, previous travels, future travels, free downloadable puzzles that kind of pertain to travel, and some other info on the channel and me. And we got a little merch shop. Armchair Traveler series is out. Hats, coffee mugs, shirts. Ooh, there's a good shot of the river. Huh? Look at all the orchard here. And we got the world famous, heck yeah, hats, shirts, coffee mugs, which are very popular. They make great gifts. People have so much fun with that saying, and so do I. Heck yeah. Once again, it's RVERTV.tv, and I appreciate it very much. Alright, according to the phone, we're getting in here. I could take this road here to the left. There's town. But I'm not. There's actually 2 RV parks. They're both owned by the town here, I believe. Huge mobile home park there on the left. Lots of trees. Okay, I think up here I gotta make a left. We're actually gonna take the e-bike. I'm gonna explore the town. Chief Joseph Dam is here. It's a huge power generating dam. So I thought we'd ride the e-bike around here. I'm gonna be here for overnight. Alright. I'm gonna skip downtown. We'll ride the bike through here. My Lectric XPeak. There's a local sheriff. And I'm just following the phone. I gotta go up a few streets. We got, looks like I cut over a block or two. Here's the sign. Bridgeport RV Park. Now there's another one a little farther up. I seen it when we were coming in town off the road. So we got actually two parks here. And it was pretty reasonable rates. You just book it online. And they just post your name on the site. There's an older motorhome, huh? Let's see. I should be down farther. I booked one right on the water. Boy, kind of empty, huh? Looks like a playground for the kiddos. Oh, they got a host. Look at this. They do have a camp host. Now there's a cool job being right on the Columbia River. They probably get a free site. I mean, right there's a river. And I should be right up here. There it is, waiting for me. Let me loop around. A little dock there. There's the restrooms. We've got dumpsters. Full hookup. Now, there's a weird looking sculpture up there. Huh. Alright, let me get parked set up. And we'll do a little exploring. What do you think? Heck yeah. Okay, there's Marina Park, and the other one's Conklin RV Park. A few blocks from here. I did talk to a couple, real nice couple. They don't live too far away, but they bring their motorhome here and they fish. They got a little boat and they bring their boat and they fish here. But I got this place to myself. Right on the water. They said too, there's sculptures, that wood thing I just seen. We'll figure it out. Trees were dying here, and the town hired a artist, a wood sculpture, and they carved all the trees all over town. It's been on TV. It's pretty big locally, I guess, in Washington. Probably the biggest city close to here would be Spokane, which is still a long ways away. Or I guess back towards Wenatchee and that kind of thing. Very cool. Also, those nice people were telling me there's no fish ladder at the Chief Joseph Dam. So the fish turn before they get here. They go through that Wells Dam and then they turn back by that rooster. But they do come up in here, and he said the fishing is incredible. It's a sea of boats here fishing when the salmon are running. Well, we got a nice little boat launch here, nice calm. Truthfully, I've been pretty blessed along the Columbia here with not having the high winds. Those birds are mad at me. They must have nests in there. They're giving me heck. Say, man, we live here, you don't. Get your pictures and leave. Pretty clear looking water too, huh? Very peaceful here. Very peaceful. I think I kind of got lucky, huh? Catch this at an off time. Well, restrooms up here. Ooh, I see another storyboard. A trail, gravel trail. I'll be darned, there's another porta potty. Goes right along the river. Can easily ride the bike. Prickly pear trail, oh my goodness. See, since I've been bringing a bike, I've been noticing more and more bike trails. And they're everywhere. These towns are actually creating them. There's that Conklin Landing Park, and we're at Marina Park. So this tiny little town of Bridgeport has two really cool, right on the river, RV parks with a bike trail. Put this on your travel list. Heck yeah. I want to go up and check that statue. I got the camera out. So we got restrooms, got everything here. Now that is something. That is beyond artwork. That is a true pro sculpture, huh? The detail, it's all stained. Sitting on the bank fishing. Good morning. Slept good last night. I was tired. We're going to take a little bike ride to go find these statues. Yeah, I talked to some more people here. Those statues line the streets. A lot of farm workers, orchard workers live here. This is a working town. A lot of retirees come here because of the parks too. So anyway, let's gear up and go. All right, well, I'm going to go down to the dam first. Then I'll cruise back to the other RV park. We'll do a little drive through on my Lectric XPeak 2.0. They got some back to school specials coming up. Make sure there's a link down in the description for electric bikes if you're wondering what I ride and stuff. Okay, here we go. Let's explore Bridgeport. Big old trees, huh? That always dates a place when you see trees that size. Well, nice little community park. But this is definitely a small town. All right, well, we'll keep heading out for the big dam and sculptures. Old buildings. Some of them look kind of boarded up. Old stores. That one says bingo. Old food truck there under that abandoned gas station. Kind of colorful though, the colors of the buildings. Groceries. Everything's in Spanish. Here's a little place to eat. All right, well, more colorful blue, pink, yellows. Yeah, everything's Mexican food here. There's a bar. That is a massive stone wall, retaining wall. There's schools up that way. There's all their, looks like town buildings. Well, the lady at the RV park said it's a workers' town. Most of them work the fields and the orchards. It's main employment here, and the dam, I guess. We're getting out here quite a ways. It's all right. Got a full battery charged up on the bike. You know, I feel better after I take the bike out too. It's good exercise. I do pedal. Even though it's an e-bike, I do pedal it. It's called pedal assist. It makes pedaling easier. Oop. Yeah, I gotta keep going this street. Makes it much easier, but the battery sure helps. There's a sculpture on the other side. I'll catch those on the way back. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Look at these. Apparently trees were dying of a disease. In the town here, community got together and they hired a chainsaw sculpture. And he made sculptures out of the dead trees. So they're still here. It's still their wood, their trees. They're everywhere. Look at this. Here, I'll stop at this one. What a lot of work. They're on concrete pedestals. All kinds of different shapes, animals, flowers. Very creative. Made local news here. So you never know what you're going to find in one of these little towns. You never know. Pretty darn cool. I mean, you got the Columbia River, big Chief Joseph Dam, 2 RV parks, and all these sculptures here in this tiny little town of Bridgeport. Damn tours, but there's nothing. Said they weren't going today. When I looked at it. When we leave tomorrow, when I head out the highway, I guess there's some really nice viewpoint. I'll stop tomorrow when we leave. Next stop from here will be Cooley Dam, the big one. Well, there it is. That is massive. My goodness. That is huge. I can see why there's no fish ladder. So that water on the back side of that thing is up there. Wow. My goodness. And that Cooley Dam is like 4 times that big. And down there's the valley. All that good water goes down and keeps the orchards going. I bet when they open those gates, you can really hear the water roar. But what a structure. To hold all that weight of that water. Oof. Big power lines here. Generating electricity. Well, I'm not sure where I'm heading. Think I'm gonna turn around. We'll head back to the main highway. I'll drive out on that bridge. Maybe we can get a better shot of the dam from there. That's the top of it. That's how high the water is. We came up that far. So there's your elevation drop of the water from up here. Because right there's your Columbia River. Pretty amazing. I can't go back in there. That's all gated security. Just solid concrete. Feet thick. Wonder how thick. I bet it's several. There's the highway bridge down there. But you can see the drop. I mean, that's a heck of a lot of elevation in a river. Never knew. I have to look up what the drop is. That's got to be 40 or 50 feet. Maybe even more. Not really the best angle, but get a pretty good idea what it is. Yeah, too bad they don't have the tours going today. Oh well. We're We're taking the RV or TV tour. Look how dry everything is. It's just bone dry and brown. And you got the Columbia River and all the orchards. Those power lines are just humming, full of electricity. There's a park right there. I bet I could ride down in there. There's our main entrance, but they got security up. Nice and green along the river though, huh? Let's go check out that park. Well, you're waiting for your Kodak moment. Here it is. Crystal blue water. Big power dam up there. Columbia River. A lot of trees in there. It's a nice park. They probably do all their community stuff down here. Definitely a peaceful little town. I'm kind of like the only one out and about. I'm going to ride up to that bridge, see if we can get a better look. Oh, wow. There's an Indian reservation, Colville Indian Reservation. I don't know if I ever seen a river dam that high. Maybe. I can't remember. That is a lot of water. That would wash you down to the ocean. That thing gate blues. Whoa. What a pretty picture, though. And here's looking downriver. All right, well, I'm going to head back towards the van. We'll check out a few more of those sculptures, and I want to ride down to that other RV park, too. Pretty cool here. Busy little road here. All right, our ride awaits. Here you go, here's their sign. Boat launches, RV parks, tree sculptures, and a war memorial. I wonder where that's at. Bridgeport welcomes you. Is that a storyboard over there? Huh. Over there by that gravel pile. I'm gonna go over there and check it out. Here you go, all about the tree sculptures. Look at all of them. We're down where most of them are. There's one at the RV park we're at. Looks like there's another one at that Conklin Marina. Took diseased trees and turned them into art. What a great idea. More towns should do this. There's an eagle's head with feathers and everything. That is quite the carving. They're just everywhere, aren't they? No houses in here. I wonder what happened. Well, if you ever get a chance, you're cruising along the Columbia River off that Highway 97, cut down in here to Bridgeport. I think we're about 30, 40 miles from Cooley Dam here. Morning. Man, some of these, just a detail. There's a deer head. Huh. Bear. Wow. Just too cool for school. All right, let's head out to that other RV park. What do you say? Made it. Oh, here's another one. This one looks pretty new. Wow. Just something. This is Conklin Landing RV Park. We're at the opposite end of town here. Well, I'll loop around here and we'll head back towards the van down at, I'm staying at the Marina RV Park. They sure have a lot of nice parking. it's gotta just get packed here when the salmon are running. I just caught it on an off time or off day. Because that's kind of weird, riding a bike down through downtown. I was the only one out. Where is everybody? Well, they got big grassy lots here. Almost as good as the other one, huh? But where I'm at, you're right on the water. Here you're not. Big sights though. Yeah, if you're an RVer, check it out. Put it on your bucket list. Alright, get pulled in here. Still morning. I got a little computer work I gotta be doing. Gotta start editing some video. Oh, there's the people I talked to. I'm gonna stop a minute, talk to them. They're staying in this old motorhome here with a boat. Morning. I went and seen all those statues. That was pretty cool.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it is. All hand carved like that.
Yeah.
It took somebody some time, didn't it?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, because they all got diseased. The trees got diseased or something.
No, it's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet the Mexican food's good here though.
It probably is.
Yeah, you see it everywhere. Yeah.
It's probably very good. I don't know.
All right, well, this is the other end of the park. They even got a big swimming hole. All the young people can swim up here in the park. Probably not much else to do around here. Right there, a little swimming hole right off the Columbia River. That's cool. Well, I'm gonna spend the rest of the day working on the computer. Get a little caught up on my work. Once again, if you need more info on electric bikes, link is down in the description. They got sales going all the time. Check it out. Next video, we're gonna go see one big, probably the biggest dams, Cooley Dam. Then we're heading out of Washington State. Journey continues. Talk soon.